Today in reading, we are still working on main idea, and we're also looking at author's purpose, why an author would write a passage or an article. So we're working in nonfiction, and today I have a newspaper article. It's from the News Daily, and this is from Monday, March 31st, 2014. And this paper would have cost $2.50 for the person that purchased it. This is one article from a newspaper, and this is called Eiffel Tower is 125 years old. When we read this today, we're going to stop along the way, and we're going to talk about main idea and certain paragraphs. And then you're actually going to get the opportunity to look for main idea in other paragraphs that we did not do together. So make sure that you're listening. We're going to look at main idea of a paragraph. Now, how do I know that it's a paragraph? Let's review that. I know it's a paragraph because there is an indentation. That is a space from the margin to where the first letter of a word starts. See how there's a space here, but not here? This is an indentation. This tells me that I have started a new paragraph. So that's paragraph number 1. Paragraph number 2 happens right here where there's that space. And then we go down here. This one is not indented, so it still goes with paragraph 2. Okay, so this is still paragraph 2. And then we come down here and we have an indentation. That's paragraph 3. Paragraph 3. And then we'll mark the others when we get there. So we're going to start at paragraph 1, and we're going to read, and we're going to point out main idea in the paragraphs. So here we go. Eiffel Tower is 125 years old. The Eiffel Tower is very, very tall. It is so tall that you can see it for miles. That is, if you're in Paris, France. The Eiffel Tower has been part of the Paris skyline for 125 years. That's something to celebrate. What is that paragraph mostly about? What does this paragraph right here talk about? That's right. It talks about how tall the Eiffel Tower is. And then it supports that with the fact that you can see for miles. It's so tall you can see it for miles if you're in France. It's been part of the skyline, which is like all the skyscrapers and buildings and stuff, for 125 years. That's something to celebrate. So the main idea of this, let me turn this off, see if that helps. The main idea of this little paragraph is that the Eiffel Tower is tall. Okay, let's read paragraph 2. To people around the world, the Eiffel Tower is a symbol of, or stands for, France. Visitors from around the world flock to the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower has steps inside. People can also take an elevator to the top. From the top, people can look out on amazing views of Paris. Today, the Eiffel Tower is one of the world's most popular places to visit, but not everyone has always loved it. Okay, so what is the main idea of this paragraph? What was that paragraph mostly about? Well, to people around the world, the Eiffel Tower is a symbol, or stands for, France. People from all over come to France to see the Eiffel Tower. And then it tells you about what they do while they're there. So this is our main idea. This is what that paragraph is mostly about. And then we have this sentence right here. But not everyone has always loved it. This is a transition sentence. We're fixing to read about how not everyone has always loved it. We're learning something new. Here we go. Paragraph 3, designing and building the tower. This is a text feature. This is called a heading. Wow, I'm having issues spelling today, guys. Here we go. This is a heading. We've learned about those before. It's like a title, and it tells you what you're fixing to read about. So we're fixing to read about designing and building the tower. Paragraph 3. In 1889, the World's Fair was going to be held in Paris. The people of Paris wanted to build something new and very special for people to see. They asked Gustave Eiffel to design or make plans for a tower. Eiffel's idea was to build a tower that was taller than any building in the world. Gustave Eiffel's tower would be about 1,000 feet or 305 meters high. That's about as tall as an 80-story building. Wow. Okay, so what was that paragraph mostly about? They're going to have the World's Fair in Paris. People wanted to build something new and special. They asked Gustave Eiffel to design or make plans for a tower. And then it goes on to talk about how his idea to build a tower was taller than any building in the world. So they wanted to design something special for people to see at the World's Fair. This is what this paragraph is about. This is the main idea. Because from here it goes on and tells us what they decided to build, which was a tower that Gustave Eiffel designed. Okay? All right, we're getting better at main idea. We get to the right page here. So that was paragraph 3. Now look, here's my indentation. That's paragraph 4. For paragraph 4, we're going to read and find main idea. Mr. Eiffel had to make sure that strong winds could not knock down the tower, so he designed a special shape for it. The top would be narrow and the bottom would be wide, with spaces for the wind to pass through. What was that paragraph mostly about? That's right. He had to design it so the winds wouldn't knock it down. This is our main idea. Okay? Generally, our main idea is going to be found at the beginning of our paragraph, usually the first or second sentence, sometimes the third, but most of the time, it's going to be right up front, first or second sentence. Okay? Oh, that was paragraph 4. Now we're on to paragraph 5. People came to the World's Fair in 1889. The tower was amazing, but some people disliked it because it was much too new and different. Much too new and different. Okay, so this little bitty paragraph, what is the main idea? What was it mostly about? This is giving us an opinion, but it's also a main idea. People came to the World's Fair in 1889. The tower was amazing, but some people disliked it because it was much too new and different. It's talking about the people that came to the World's Fair and how they felt about the tower. So this is our main idea. It's what the paragraph is mostly about. The people came for the World's Fair. Some people liked the tower, some people didn't. Okay, you have 2 paragraphs here that you're going to work on today to find the main idea in this story. Paragraphs 6 and 7. Under the heading, this is a heading, a new plane. So let's read these. Paragraph 6. Today there are many buildings that are taller than the Eiffel Tower, but still millions of people go to visit it. And people who live in Paris enjoy looking at the tower day and night. At night, the lights on the tower sparkle. Paragraph 7. This year, the Eiffel Tower is 125 years old. Now, there is a very new way to see it. You can go online to visit the Eiffel Tower. You can pretend you are at the top, and you can look out and see Paris. Okay, so this is your assignment for main idea. You're going to find the main idea of paragraphs 6 and 7, and that's written on the next page in your class kick. Okay, now that we've discussed main idea, let's go back and talk about author's purpose. Remember, Purpose means why we do something. So why would an author write this passage? Why would an author write about the Eiffel Tower being 125 years old? What was their purpose? This is a nonfiction passage, which means everything in it is real. So generally, when an author is writing about something that's real, they want to give you information. So it's our job as a reader to figure out what kind of information they're giving us. So in this passage, what kind of information did we learn about? Well, we learned that the Eiffel Tower is 125 years old, that it's very, very tall, that people from around the world come to see it. It's a symbol of France. We learned that it was built for the World's Fair and that people of Paris wanted something special to see, for the people to see when they came to the World's Fair. We learned that Gustave Eiffel designed it, and he wanted to make sure the wind wouldn't knock it down. And when the people came to the fair, some people thought it was amazing, some people thought it was weird. And then we learned about the things in these two paragraphs. If you'll notice, the information that I'm giving you are the main ideas from each of the paragraphs. Main ideas can help us understand why an author writes something. It gives us their main points of what they wrote and why. So, looking at this, to me, it seems like the author wanted us to learn about the history of the Eiffel Tower. Because it is 125 years old, they wanted to tell us how it came to be, what it is, and how it came to be. On the next couple of pages, you're going to see this article again. You're going to find main idea for paragraph 6 and 7, and you're also going to answer some author's purpose questions. Please make sure that you're thinking like an author. Why would an author write this? Why was it something they felt they needed to put down in words? Think that through, and I look forward to seeing your answers.